Good morning, everyone. It is I, your man Nipun Sharma, and welcome back to another video. It is currently 18 minutes past 1 on Tuesday, the 9th of February 2021, and these are the player ratings for Sunday night's victory against Sheffield United. And yeah, this is going to be a triple upload for tonight. The next two videos will be out within an hour of each other, so stay tuned for that. They will be reacting to my Premier League predictions from match 23, and the third video will be me predicting round 5 of the FA Cup, or should I say the FA Cup round of 16. So yeah, stay tuned for those. They'll be out later tonight, or should I say today, since it's now 1:20 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, with that being said, here are the player ratings for yesterday's 2-1 victory at Bramall Lane. So, starting off, as we always do, in goal, Edouard Mendy. Some of his passing was a bit dodgy, as Blues tried to play out from the back. Had a massive communication blunder with Antonio Rudiger, which ultimately ended up in the latter conceding an own goal. Didn't have many shots to face, with a 5-man defence in front of him, but not a convincing performance by the Senegalese Frenchman. 6.5. That's his rating. Now, moving on to the right back, or should I say in this case the right wing back, Reece James. Didn't have much defending to do, and was given plenty of space on the right wing, and firstly seemed too reluctant to go forward, but he did it more and got significantly better in the second half as the game progressed. He gets a 6. Now, moving on to the first central defender, Cesar Azpilicueta. He should have seen his error inside a minute, and he was punished by Oliver Burke, which almost ended up in the Sheffield United player scoring. But the Spain international got better during the game. He gets a 6.5. Now moving on to the second defender, Antonio Rudiger. Seemed to get a shot wherever he had the ball, but it wasn't paying off at all. And in the second half, conceded an own goal because of a complete communication blunder between himself and Edouard Mendy. But he completely redeemed himself by making 2 goal-saving tackles while we were 2-1 up to make up for his own goal earlier in the game. Now he gets a 6.5 could have very easily been a 4 or a 3 if we had gone on to lose the game, and he would have been given clown of the match as well. So yeah, if we had gone on to draw or lose the game, he would have got a 3 or a 4 out of 10 and clown of the match. But yeah, that's something I'm going to add now as well. Man of the match and clown of the match. Clown of the match is basically the worst player on the pitch. So yeah, he gets a 6.5, Rudiger. Mainly because he made up for his defensive errors and the fact that we won the game in the end. Now moving on to the third central defender, Andreas Christensen. Kept Oliver McBurney in his pocket. He was quite solid without having to be all that. He was our best defender on the night. 7.5 for the Danish wall. Now moving on to our left wing back, Ben Chilwell. His first start under Thomas Tuchel. And he was fairly average for the majority of the game. Conceded a penalty early on, which was fortunately for him turned over by VAR. Wasn't that good for the majority of the game, and still has to work harder on his end product. He gets a 5.5. Now moving on to our midfielders. Jorginho. He couldn't get a few passes going, and he was caught napping defensively 2 times in the first half. But he got better in the second half, and he converted a penalty, which ultimately turned out to be the winning goal. And he did his trademark hop, skip, and jump penalty style. So yeah, much better in the second half than he was in the first. He gets an 8. One of our best players on the pitch, in my opinion. And yeah, I know this is just Sheffield United and they're bottom of the league. But this is the same team that almost secured a point against Manchester City, beat Man United at Old Trafford, and they're basically fighting for survival. Put it that way. So yeah, moving on to the next midfielder, which was Mateo Kovacic. Played a key pass to Timo Werner early on in the game, which the latter was unfortunately bettered by a defender from Sheffield United. And he was our best player in the first 45 minutes, as he dictated the midfield throughout. And he was, productive throughout and one of our best players. He gets a 7. Mason Mount. He had energy all over the pitch, chased down so many times, and he scored the opening goal just before the stroke of half-time. and completely pocketed John Lundstrom before half-time, making a complete fool of the Sheffield United defender. Currently, he has been by far one of our best players this season. He gets an 8. Now moving on to our strike partnership. Timo Werner almost got his well-deserved Premier League goal, only to be cleared by Chris Basham on the goal line. He had beaten Ramsdale, but it was just a goal line clearance from Chris Basham that stopped his goal. But yeah, he was lively in the first half and assisted Mason Mount's opener. And he won us a penalty in the second half. Now all he needs is a goal to top it all off. He is getting better. And dare I say it, he was my man of the match. He gets a 9 out of 10. I never thought I'd be saying this about Timo Werner. Now moving on to his strike partner, the veteran, the World Cup winner. I am, of course, talking about Olivier Giroud. Sheffield United's high press took him out of the game almost in the first half, and he was borderline missing throughout the majority of the game, and he was subbed off at 60 minutes for Callum Hudson-Odoi. He gets a 4, didn't do much, is all I have to say. Sorry, poor throat. So yeah, now we're moving on to the substitutes. We only made 2 in the whole game. First one, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and he came off and he was subbed on for Olivier Giroud. Didn't really have a defining position when he came onto the pitch. He gets a 5. Now the second sub, Marcus Alonso, and he was subbed on for Ben Chilwell. Was much better at wing back than Chilwell was. He gets a 6. I mean, I'm sorry, but Chilwell is best suited in a back 4. Alonso is best suited in a back 3. It's common knowledge that if you're playing in a back 4, you play Ben Chilwell. If you're playing in a back 3, you play Marcus Alonso. Him playing as the wing back. So yeah. Now the manager's rating. Tuchel gets a 7 for his game management. Now the man of the match has to go to Timo Werner. Assisted Mason Mount's opening goal and won us a penalty and had a few chances, none of which were his own fault. Majority of the first one he was denied by Chris Basham on a goal line clearance. Second one he was unfortunately taken down by Aaron Ramsdale, which was unfortunate. Otherwise he would have scored. So yeah, Timo is the man of the match. Now the clown of the match, Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, why did you have to do that? Granted, Werner was in on goal, but that was but that was denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. But it was a penalty. I don't know what Graham Souness was thinking. But yeah, clown of the match goes to Aaron Ramsdale for letting his own team down. I mean, if he had done nothing, Timo Werner would have scored. Simple. But Jorginho scored from the penalty spot anyway. So what's the point? So yeah, clown of the match. Now Sheffield United's man of the match. That's something I'm going to start doing as well. Giving credit where credit is due. Sheffield United's man of the match, John Fleck. Opened up our defence at one point. And I think he almost had a shot as well. But yeah. If there are two players from Sheffield United you have to look out for, or three even, it's John Fleck, Oliver Burke, and Sander Berge. So yeah, clown of the match, Aaron Ramsdale. Man of the match, Timo Werner. And Sheffield's man of the match, John Fleck. So yeah, with that being said, social media is in the description below. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications if you haven't already. The like target for today is 5 likes. And I shall see you in the next video. You have been a wonderful audience, and this is Nipun Sharma signing off. Take care of yourselves. Peace. Up the Chelsea, and London is blue. And I'm out of here.